Okay. Sorry that got up to like 8 minutes and 10 seconds. I wanted to keep it under 9. Um, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Sit down with your children, have family time together. Don't automatically put them in front of the television or the freaking video games. Make that the last, let them have some fun. Yes, let them go play their video games for an hour or so once they've done their homework or they've, helped with chores or whatever you have them do. Yeah, let them go get on the computer, play some video games, maybe watch a movie or whatever. But, and when you do let these kids watch these games or play, watch these movies or play these games, make sure they understand. Period. Even if it's something as innocent as Bugs Bunny, okay? Our parents taught, I don't know about the modern generation, but obviously the modern generation doesn't do it. But I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and, 90s. I mean, I was a young adult in the 90s, but, so, my family taught me this is not real. It is a game or it's a movie or whatever. This is just cartoons. The Bugs Bunny or Roadrunner doesn't, get killed by the coyote, doesn't always escape from the coyote, and the coyote doesn't, They taught us this is not based on reality, And I think that's lacking in our modern kids. The parents are not telling them, this is make-believe, And this is what's happening. Everybody's maybe on the violent video games or the violent... Well, first of all, yes, okay, I could see curtailing some of the violence, especially in very young kids. I can kind of understand that. I can get that. But I think at the same time, it's not the government's responsibility or the people who make the video games or the movies to monitor our children. That's the parents' responsibility. And some reason that's been taken, and given to someone else. And that's not fair because, it is our responsibility to teach our children the difference between what they should and should not be doing. So, it's not fair to say, oh, they should ban this book, or they should ban this movie, or they should ban this video game so nobody can enjoy it because, my God, my kid might get a hold of it and he might become a psychopath. No. You as parents, like if you have cable, get a lock. Make it where they can only watch certain channels. Make sure that, they put up Surf Nanny or whatever the heck you need to do on your computer so they're not coming across adult stuff or they're not coming across violence or whatever. It is up to the parents to make sure of what the kids see or what they hear. And if you're allowing your kids to watch violence and not teaching them that this is not, you don't do this, because 9 times out of 10 that kid's going to say, well, why? Why don't we do this? They do that in the movie. And that's when you say, well, that's the difference. It's a movie. In reality, we love people. We don't want to hurt people. This is not normal in society, I hate to use the word normal because, everybody's definition of normal is different, but I think you can get the gist of where I'm going with this. It's not the government's responsibility or the movie makers or whatever to monitor the children. It is the parents. And I think that's part of the problem is now we expect the government to protect our children, which today is a good example. They can't. No metal detector is going to stop it if somebody really wants through. Just like today, they said that he had to ring a buzzer to get into that school, so that meant whoever was on the other side of that door most likely knew him. So, that just goes to show nobody's safe. It's not a good example. It's not enough to tell our children anymore, don't talk to strangers, because the persons who are molesting them or killing them are people they know. It's no longer the stranger. Well, this stranger came up, and yeah, once in a while it does happen. You know? But in general, even in most molestation or kidnap cases, the person lived in the neighborhood. It was probably somebody the child knew. The child didn't think anything of it, got in the car with the person because they knew him. You know? Oh, your mom sent me after you, and, my dad told me, don't get in the car, period. If it's not me, don't get in it. Or your grandpa, somebody like that, grandpa or something like that. But he said if it's a friend that you know from the neighborhood, they say, oh, my dad said to come get... No. And that's the thing. We got to tell the kids. Nobody. And, so that's what I'm saying. It's no longer strangers. It's people we know that's doing this stuff. As this boy we found out was somebody in a well-to-do neighborhood. Fairly classy, honor student. But he was a little messed up. So, I mean, it's... And with everything going on, I really am worried because December 21st is coming up and we know how that's going to go. There's going to be some idiot. Oh my God, we're all going to die, so I'll just make it quick and kill you now. I'm hoping I'm wrong on that because I know there's going to be stupid people who do stupid shit. And people keep asking me, do you believe it's the end of the world? Well, yes and no. I don't think it's going to end exactly on that date. I don't think the waves are going to wait until December 21st and say, oh, now come in. No. That's not how it's going to work. And if you believe that, you're a fool. We're all going to be sitting there December 21st looking at the clock going, nothing happened. The problem is it's been happening for the last 10 years and nobody's been realizing it. Nobody's looking at, we have more tsunamis, we have more tornadoes, we have more heat waves, unusual weather. It's already been happening. The economy's in the toilet. All you need to do is look around. People are killing each other. Duh! So, those of you waiting for December 21st, I'm afraid you're going to be waiting a mighty long time, my friends. But anyway, that's the second video. I'm going to go ahead and call it, a night on this because it's 1:25 and everything. So, I'll talk more about it later, but I wanted to get these two uploaded tonight.